Hello, everyone, and welcome to the City Club of Cleveland. I wanted to apologize for the late start today. It's kind of a ruckus crowd. I've been at rock concerts that started more smoothly than this, so I should start with a hello, Cleveland. No, just kidding. I'm Eric Wipser, and I'm the chair of the City Club New Leaders. The New Leaders is a program that was created by the City Club to get young professionals more involved in the City Club and in the ongoing civic dialogue. If you'd like to learn more about the New Leaders program, please visit the City Club's website at www.cityclub.org. Today's program is the first in a four-part series on the state of downtown Cleveland. And in walking over here today, I couldn't help but notice how great Euclid Avenue looked. The planners, the streetscaping, the construction, either just completed or underway on over 300 units of residential housing. They're going to bring 500 people back to downtown Cleveland. This is just one in an example of many things that are happening downtown. We've got streetscaping projects underway in the Warehouse and Avenue districts. We're having a frank conversation about what's going to happen to the Portland in downtown Cleveland when it moves. So it's really exciting. And when we wanted to talk about these things, we couldn't think of a better partner than doing a series on the state of downtown with the Downtown Cleveland Alliance. Because all of the things I just mentioned, all the progress happening downtown, Downtown Cleveland Alliance is at the forefront of that in a partnership with the city. So we're very pleased at the City Club to start this series. The State of Downtown series is going to highlight a number of initiatives. Today's the first program in that. Today's topic is the importance of building sustainability into our older industrial cities. Today's program is going to be moderated by Mark Lefkowitz of the Green City Blue Lake Institute. Green City Blue Lake is at the forefront of curing Cleveland's case of the Burning River Blues and developing a healthy regional economy based on the principles of sustainability. I now turn to Mark to introduce today's panelists.
Thank you, Eric. You did such a nice job setting it up for me. I think I'm just going to thank everyone again for being here. Thank the City Club of Cleveland and New Leaders Program. Thank Downtown Cleveland Alliance before I forget. And I'd just like to welcome this exciting panel. I'm very excited myself to be here today. And start out with introductions. Immediately to my right, we have Andrew Watterson, the Program Director of the City of Cleveland's Office of Sustainability. Next to him is Lindsay Baxter, Sustainability Coordinator for the City of Pittsburgh. And finally, Roger Chang, Principal and Director of Sustainability at Westlake Reed Laskowski Architects. Why don't we start out with some brief introductions from the panelists themselves. And if I can ask you to briefly describe what it is you do as a Sustainability Director at the city and or at your company. So we'll start out briefly with that. Let's start with Andrew.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. I just want to first thank the City Club for hosting this event today, and as well I recognize a few representatives in the City of Cleveland that's here. My boss and director, Director Barry Withers, who's in the back there. He's Director of the Utilities Department. The Office of Sustainability is in the Utilities Department at the City of Cleveland, and also recognize a couple of my employees here, Bill Egger and Fran DiDonato, that are sitting over there. And the work that we're doing in the city is, I'm the spokesperson for that today, but the work that's being done in the city is under the leadership of Mayor Frank Jackson, and it does not get done without the commitment and dedication of a lot of staff and employees and leadership from the director levels throughout the city. So I'm fortunate to be at the city and in a city that is willing to do such great things. The Office of Sustainability was created in 2005 with funding from the George Gund Foundation and Cleveland Foundations. The George Gund Foundation's here too today. And that originally it was set up to begin to be the voice in the city and build capacity within the municipal government to be the interface for all the work that was being done in the community with the nonprofit organizations and corporate leadership throughout greater Cleveland area, and how do we bring municipal government as part into that conversation. And so a lot of what we do is a tremendous amount of work of public-private partnerships with nonprofit organizations to advance sustainability in the community. We also focus on leading by example with the City of Cleveland, develop policies and programs internally within the city, first and foremost to save the City of Cleveland money and reduce its ecological footprint by utilizing sustainability principles so that we can take a leadership position, and then develop policies and programs that can help bring the community along focusing in community development or economic development departments, but also zoning and planning. An example of that is an accomplishment we made this year, the controversial chicks and bees legislation, allowing residents in the city of Cleveland to raise up to 6 chickens and 2 beehives on a standard city lot. But that was in response to a tremendous amount of local food energy that's happening in the region and growing organically within the region. And how does the city step in and develop a supportive role to help create that and harness that energy so that it can be greater than it is already? That's one example of what we do. We're having a tremendous amount of success. I think finally we're getting some recognition nationally and regionally on the success that we're making. And something that I'll be talking about more later is what we're doing this summer, which is Sustainable Cleveland 2019, building an economic engine to empower a green city on a blue lake. This is something Mayor Jackson is hosting at the Convention Center, August 12th through the 14th, to literally design and work on how do we design a green economy to support the vision that David Beach has coined as a green city on a blue lake. So thank you, Mark. I'll pass it on to Lindsay to hear a little bit about what Pittsburgh's doing.
Great, thank you. I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting the City of Pittsburgh to participate in this event and for arranging such beautiful weather for the day for me to make the drive across the state. And I've been in my position since October 2008. That's when it was created, a little less than a year ago. And I staff the Office of Sustainability and Energy Efficiency for the city, which is a part of the Office of Mayor Luke Ravenstahl. And I've been really blessed to be able to collaborate and at times commiserate with Andrew about what our positions are and lean on some of his experience since he's been working for a city in this capacity a bit longer than I have. Our office does, like your office, does a lot of things, but just to keep it brief, there's sort of 3, I guess, main thrusts of my job. One is implementing the recommendations of the Pittsburgh Climate Action Plan, which was adopted last summer and sets forth recommendations of how we can operate more sustainably with a focus on decreasing our greenhouse gas emissions. So as you can imagine, I focus a lot on how we can use less energy and cleaner sources of energy, and particularly in our buildings right now is a main focus for me. My position's brand new. This isn't the first time the city has taken on environmental initiatives, though. We have a recycling department. We have tree planting that comes out of our Department of City Planning. The difference is previously these were all sort of individual projects with certain specific individuals who manage them. It wasn't a coordinated effort. And so a big part of my job is trying to make sure we're looking comprehensively at how we operate more sustainably, that it's not just side projects, but it's really how we operate across all departments, and just trying to make sure that the mayor is really connected to what's going on the ground sustainability-wise, and that all of those departments and those individuals are getting the support that they need to make sustainability initiatives happen. And then the other, the third thrust is really being that main point of contact for our citizens and our businesses and our nonprofits with anything environmentally related. Similarly to Cleveland, I'm sure there's so much going on the ground with our nonprofit partners, with our businesses, with community groups and universities leading the way. It's important that they have that support they need from the city, and that the city is able to take full advantage of those resources that are available. So.
Thank you. I'm Roger Chang, and I want to thank the City Club and Downtown Cleveland Alliance for inviting me to this event. I've been with Westlake Reed Laskoski only for a couple of months as a principal. I'm new. I'm actually based in the DC office, but I come from a background that's from a company that's been working on sustainability projects for quite some time, Arup, a global consulting engineering firm that engineered the Water Cube, the Bird's Nest with the Beijing Olympics, and a lot of other iconic structures and buildings of our time. And during that time, I worked as a mechanical engineer and also led building simulation in the New York office, looking at ways to improve the energy efficiency of a whole wide range of buildings, airports, museums, performing arts centers, a wide range of building types. My role at Westlake Reed Laskoski is both to look at how the firm's practices internally can be improved with respect to sustainability, and then also looking at how we actually design buildings.